Hi everybody! For this week's lesson, we're going to be doing heavy versus light, which is a great introductory to weight and mass for toddlers. So what we will be needing for this lesson is 6 items at least of varying weights, some being very heavy and some being very light, a tray to put our work on, and 2 pieces of paper, one that says heavy and one that says light. It's very helpful if they're different colors. Okay, that's all we're going to need. We can also extend this lesson with scales. I have an old set that I will be using, but you can also make your own out of a hanger, string, and some solo cups. All right, let's start our lesson. So I've gotten my tray, and on my tray I have my items of varying weights. I have a full bottle of dish soap, an empty bottle of dish soap, a roll of toilet paper, a single piece of toilet paper, a measuring tape, and a book. I'm going to move all of these off. And let's talk about what is heavy and what is light. So all things have mass, which gives them weight. So let's think for a second about mom and dad versus child. If you think about dad probably weighs more than child, so he is heavier, and child is lighter, right? Or on a different idea, what about a rock and a feather? A feather is so light, and a rock can be really heavy if you find a big one, right? So let's take a look at some of my items that I have. I have this big, full thing of soap. It takes me 2 hands to lift it up easily. And then I have this one, which is empty. And look, I can throw it around side to side. It's very light. So I would put my heavy on a piece of paper that says heavy on the side of my tray, and I have my empty one that's light, put it on the light side of my tray. Then what about a roll of toilet paper and a single sheet? If I put it in my hands, I can barely feel the single sheet. It is so light. And this is just a little bit heavier. So I put my single sheet on the light and this one on the heavier. Then I have a book and this metal measuring tape. Which one do you think is heavy and which one do you think is light? Well, my book is just a little bit lighter than this heavy tape measure. So I'm going to put my book on the light and my measuring tape on the heavy. And they can go either way. So say like maybe I am doing my book versus my toilet paper. Well, my book is heavier than my toilet paper. So it could go to the heavy side. It all depends on what we're comparing. What items in your home can you find that are heavy and that are light? Can you go take a walk around and see what you can find? If you can use your hands, we can also use a thing called scales. I'm going to go grab my old set of scales and show you how it shows us what's heavy and what's light. Okay, so now in front of me are a set of very old scales. They move up and down, but right now the weight, there is none. So they are even, okay? If I take an object and I place it on one side of the scale, it sinks that side down because it's heavy. It's weighing that side down. But if I take an even heavier object and put it on the other side, this weighed more, so it pushed down this side more. Something that we can do with scales to build up on our ideas of heavy versus light is we can add more items to the lighter side to see if we can try and even out the weight at all. I don't know if I have anything heavy enough to even out my scales. Maybe if I add on my tray, we can do it. I don't know. I don't think that even that's going to be heavy enough to be heavier than our soap. Maybe even with this? No. Maybe with some of my magazines? Let me do some rearranging. Look, now all of this stuff is heavier than our tub of soap. I wonder how many magazines or what items I would take off to make them equal weight. It's raising a little. Maybe if I take this off? No. Maybe if I take off a magazine? Not that. That is pretty even, isn't it? Okay, so now what I want you to do is go walk around your home and find some things that are heavy and that are light. You can pick up any two objects. Do you think that maybe your truck weighs more and is heavier than your stuffed bear? I don't know. Go walk through your house and see what you can find. Have fun figuring out the weight of all kinds of different things.